comments and requests, and I will act on them. Please remember to follow Geography World channel on Instagram and Facebook using the link shown on the screen. Please remember to like, share with your friends, and subscribe. For person wishing to contact me privately, you may email me at geographyworld100@gmail.com. The link will be posted below.
Hey guys, welcome back to Geography World. Today we'll be looking at the May-June 2015 CSEC Geography Paper 2, and for this video we're going to be looking at question number 3. Let's talk about this. So here in question number 3, you are given a figure to study as an insert which shows the movement of water when it reaches the surface. So we are to basically fill out the key. So let's get down to it. So this is the figure that they gave, and this is showing you the movement of water. Now what you need to do is to fill out the key, and the key has five different parts, symbols. So let's get to it. So this part here is known as infiltration. Right here, this is when the water is infiltrating into the ground. Then beneath that, these larger arrows are known as percolation. Then we have this one going across, which is known as the surface runoff. And then we have this one, which is known as the through flow. And at the extreme bottom we have from X to Y, and from X to Y is what we call the water table. So let's go over one more time. So this is infiltration, this is percolation, we have the surface runoff, we have the through flow, and then we have the water table. Once you were able to identify 4, then I think 4 marks should be yours. Yes, 4 marks is yours. Next, you're to describe 4 ways in which a river erodes. But let's talk about the 4 ways that a river erodes. So rivers, they pick up and wear away materials by different processes of erosion. Let's talk about corrosion. Corrosion is the removal of soil and rocks by the use of other materials. The formation, it basically creates pothole, which result from a process of corrosion. So pebbles are carried by the rivers, they get caught in rough areas of the bed of the channel, and what they do is that they swirl around like a drill, creating holes in the bed and wearing it down. Then we have hydraulic action, and hydraulic action refers to the sheer force of the water in wearing away the land. This is often seen on the banks of the channel where water flows around a bend and it crashes into the banks. Once it crashes into the bank, what it does is it basically undercuts it and causes the bank to collapse. This causes the channel of the river to eventually widen, and once the channel starts to widen over time, the valley of the river valley floor as well will be widened. Next we have corrosion, and this is a chemical action of water on the rocks. So some rocks such as limestone, they react chemically with water and are worn away. It's the same as solution. And then we have attrition. Attrition is the wearing away of the rocks carried by the river as they collide with each other. So the river may pick up large boulders near its source, but they are reduced to finer particles of silt as they approach the sea. So the rocks, they collide, soothing and wearing each other out. So what they do is that the rocks, especially boulders, while they're coming downstream, they are colliding with each other, and this is causing them to break into smaller pieces. So those are the 4 processes of the river. Once you were able to describe the 4 processes, 8 marks should be yours. Next, you're asked to explain the cross-sectional shape of the channel of a river around a meander. So this is a picture showing the cross-section of a meander. Now, the channel of a meander is steep on the outer or the concave side. So it is steep on the outer banks, or this is known as the concave side, due to the swirling action of water undercutting the bank. The overhanging feature is called a river cliff. So over here we have the river cliff. On the inner, due to frictional drag, the water moves slowly and deposition takes place. So here the water is moving slower than on the outer bank, and deposition will take place here. This is known as a concave bank. So this creates what we call a slip-off slope, right? So this is how the cross-section of the meander looks, right? So what you'll realize that there's deposition taking place here, and we have erosion taking place on this side of the bank. So the concave part, this is where you have erosion taking place, and on the convex section you have deposition taking place. So you realize that this section is always being eroded, which means that it is forcing the river, the bank of the river to widen. Part D to the question asks that we explain how the formation of levees and floodplains are related. Floodplain and levees, they are very much related in the sense that both levees and floodplain are as a result of flooding. So when material carried by the river is deposited on the bank, the course of materials, it will be deposited first on the banks, and repeated action will lead to a raised ridge that we call a levee. So right along this part, this is where material is deposited. The heavy material is deposited to basically create a little raised platform that we call a levee. The finer material are spread further and form a large flat area on both sides of the river called a floodplain. So here, when the river floods, the lighter material is taken over here and this side, where it is deposited to create what we call a floodplain. As the name suggests, it's a plain, it's flat. The levee is a more high feature, while a floodplain is a flat land that material is deposited on, especially when the river floods. So levees and floodplain, they are very, very much related or similar in some sense. They share a relationship as it relates to their formation. Once you're able to answer that, that's 6 marks. So that's a total of 24 marks. Now guys, remember that this paper had a lot of questions. You got 3 for this section, where you were supposed to only do 1. The paper that you're getting in 2024, you only get 4 questions that you must do. All questions or 4 questions on the paper are compulsory. Bye.
We are at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell in order to receive more videos like these. Leave comments below suggesting topics that you would want me to present on. In the comment section below, comment the name of your school and the territory for a shout out in my next video. Until then, bye.